Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Victoria.
And this is the Yap to That podcast.
Where we chat, laugh, and decompress. Let's get yapping.
Beach. I love that place. Darn.
It is so nice out today. I think everything that's wrong has been cured.
I agree.
Like,
I feel more human.
yeah.
It's morning. Or I guess
Technically afternoon now.
Afternoon.
What time is it? 12:49. 12.
Close enough.
It also hasn't rained. Does that mean it's going to?
That's what I'm worried about. The clouds are so dark.
Let me see.
But it's not in the forecast.
Oh, maybe it just passed then. That's good. Still says 60% chance, but I think we'll be fine. We usually get that lake effect.
The lake effect. Oh, LOL. It says rain 1 and 2 p.m.
But it says 35% and then 60%.
Okay.
And
if it rains,
we're going to be in
we'll
heel
drive.
anyways. Yeah.
And then fuck the walk.
We have to drive there anyways.
I know.
Oh.
We park right out front.
I was like, if you think that we were going to walk from here, we have a mistake on our hands.
No.
That would be a very long walk.
Agreed. So if it rains, we'll drive, park right out front, go in, get them, and then leave.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't rain, then we'll park.
And go, well, we could park in front of there, get the heel first, and then walk around the
lake.
go for a walk after.
Little romantic
But I
walk.
think I do need a berry smoothie bowl with peanut butter.
You deserve it. I need a mango one.
I've never had... See, I do this thing
Mango
where...
one is so good.
I don't try new things, and it's like whatever I had the first time is whatever I have every single time after that.
Fair. I originally tried the acai, the purple one, and I liked it. And then a few months later, they came out with the mango one, and I was like, I love mango.
Yeah, because it's the acai one that I get, I think. That purple one.
That one. So then I've always gotten the mango one. And then for Valentine's Day, they had a Cupid bowl, and it was good, but it didn't hit as good as the mango. So now I've gone back.
That makes sense. I was cleaning today. I didn't realize my phone was still on. I was cleaning, and I was just kind of starting my little bit of deep clean, spring clean situation.
Yeah.
And I cleaned under the sink because it's just when you just throw things in a drawer and it just gets all...
My side table?
Yeah, exactly like that. So I opened the drawer or the cabinet today and I was like, no, I gotta go through this. It's just was chaos thrown in there. Oops.
My bathroom drawer is like that too.
Yeah, our bathroom is actually pretty organized, that bottom drawer, because it's not full. Mm-hmm. So
that's good.
It's not overwhelming.
Yeah.
So I go down there and there's 3 hand soaps. There's one that's almost empty and I was like, I'll leave this here for whenever we run out of hand soap at the sink, and I'll bring one upstairs and one downstairs. And I was also doing laundry, so I went downstairs, opened the sink cabinet. There's already 5-6 bottles of hand soap down there. And I texted Matthew and I was like, when did we get 1 million hand soaps? And that was him just texting me back, and he's like, oh, I got them at a job. I can throw them out if you want. And I'm like, no, it's fine.
No.
I just was
you don't need to keep
I
all of
brought
them.
one downstairs because I thought we didn't have any, and then we had 6 or 7 bottles already, so we're not gonna have to buy hand soap this year.
Perfect.
At all anymore. So that was that. Also, I've just been cleaning today. I was outside. I want to put a garden in the back by the hammock.
That is so wholesome.
I moved one of the logs that was on the side to make a little fence.
Aww.
And then I messaged Taylor and was like, hey, when are you guys getting your plants in? Because they get peppers, the actual potted stuff for $2. So I might go there. I think we were talking about this last time, buy a bunch of topsoil. And then I'll put that sad rose in the ground.
For those watching on video, I removed it.
Yeah, it was here. Sarah said it was too embarrassing to have in the video.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. Shall we debrief last weekend?
First of all,
I think everything that could have gone wrong went wrong.
I had a mental breakdown on Monday.
Really? No! Why?
Okay. So I woke up. We'll get to the Sunday.
Okay.
Because, actually, let's do the Sunday first, and then it kind of feeds into my debrief of a mental breakdown on Monday.
Okay.
So, Sunday, we get up, we're all ready to go downtown, go to the concert. We get to the train station, everything's good. We get on the train. When did you get the news that our other concert was canceled? Was it on the train?
No. Okay.
It's the first thing that really went...
Yeah, that really set the tone. So we were driving to the train station, and I was like, oh, Victoria, I'll get our train tickets.
Yeah.
So while Victoria was driving, I bought the train tickets on my phone, and then normally they email them to you so you have them.
Yeah.
I go to my email, they're not there. I was like, oh, true, maybe they're in my junk mail. So I go, there they are. I was like, okay, moved inbox. Very next email is concert canceled.
Not our Sunday concert.
Thank God, not the Sunday concert. But we had a concert on the Thursday coming 4 days later.
Yeah.
Canceled. To this day, no explanation why.
It literally was just like, the concert will be canceled. The rest of the tour will be postponed.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay.
True. It was never addressed. I checked Instagram every day.
Yeah, he never posted, because like Kelsey posted on Instagram before she even canceled, and she was like, I'm pushing through, I'm not feeling so great, whatever. And then she was like, I'm so sorry. Like, she posted being like, I'm so sorry, guys, I can't make it through.
Yeah.
And like, obviously I'm glad, because like the concert was so good.
Yeah, what about
like,
full on Menti B?
if she was sick performing,
No, it wouldn't have been the same.
no, would not have been as good. So like, I'm glad she canceled, obviously, but there was an explanation. There was a little bit of communication involved.
No, our Thursday concert just straight up canceled.
Yeah.
No explanation. I just got the refund this morning.
Yeah. So we're gonna go have smoothie bowls with that money.
Yeah.
But then we're like, okay, you know what? We weren't like, I haven't listened to any of his music since we booked the tickets.
Yeah.
So like, I wasn't butthurt about it. Like,
No, I wasn't devastated, but I
Yeah.
was just like, oh, like I was looking forward to it. 'Cause it
Yeah.
was like a small concert
Exactly.
that I actually enjoy.
that's what I also would like. I was also looking forward to that, because it is a small venue. Those ones are always so fun, because there's like, what,
It was just in a
a
bar.
couple hundred people there
Yeah.
at most. So
and I
it's
know
just,
all
like,
his songs.
Yeah, just like a different vibe.
Yeah, for sure.
But again, it wasn't something that, like, we were looking forward to it, but it wasn't something that we were like, die
No,
hard.
it wasn't the biggest thing of the week.
Yeah. So we were like, okay, that sucks, but like, whatever. It happens. And then, so we get on the train, we're going downtown. Everything's fine.
Yeah, it was all fine.
Oh, so this ring that I'm wearing, we go, Matthew got it for me. He bought me a bunch of jewelry, got it for me, and it came all scuffed. So I was like, okay, well, we're going downtown anyways. The shop, they have like 4 shops. So it's like, one of the shops is in the station. So when we go, I'll just get it exchanged for a non-scuffed one. It's fine. So we get there. I'm like, hey, I have my receipt. I just want to do an exchange. And they're like,
No.
yeah, we can't do that. And I was like, what? And she's like, we don't do exchanges for online purchases. And I was like, but it's your store. And she's like, yeah, you'll have to. She was trying to say that I could come back. She's like, are you local? I was like, no, I'm an hour away. Like, this is
Yeah.
why I chose to do it now.
Yeah, she was like, oh, you have to submit something online and then you can come in store.
Yeah.
I was like, what a process.
And I was like, that's really weird considering you guys shipped it to me.
Yeah.
Like, it's not different from an online store. It's the same store. It's a store. So, whatever, okay?
I digress.
We just left. It's fine. I'm just wearing it anyways because I don't really care that much. Like,
Yeah, it still looks good.
It looks fine. You can't see it. But I was like, because we're going, I might as well exchange it for one that's not all banged up.
Yeah.
So anyways, that was like problem number 2. Problem number 3. Sarah, what's that place you wanted to go to? The cafe?
Forget Me Not Coffee.
Yeah, Forget Me Not Coffee. Whose is it?
I don't know whose it is, but I know Shawn Mendes really likes it, and that's how I heard about it.
Okay.
And then I started hearing like influencers online talk about it, and I was like, okay, well, like if we're gonna be in the city,
Have
like
to go.
might as well. Tell me why the lineup was through the whole place. It
Literally.
had to be like an hour long.
For coffee.
So then,
We're standing in line. I'm facing Sarah.
also side note, we'd been walking for like an hour, and I was
Yeah.
wearing brand new boots.
Yeah, and I was wearing heels too, and they were
Yeah.
a little
Rookie
bit
mistake.
of pain.
I still have blisters to this day.
I didn't get any blisters. It was just like the bottom of my feet.
Pain.
Like, I couldn't even like stretch my foot because the muscle hurts for like 2 days afterwards.
Yeah, that was mine too. Anyway, so
Yes.
yeah, we're standing in this coffee shop trying to figure out like what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
It's like we didn't really want to wait an hour.
Yeah. I mean, like, I was fine waiting because I knew that it was like the place that you wanted to go. So I was like,
Yeah.
if we have to wait, it's fine. Like, we have tons of time. Anyways, okay?
Yeah.
And so then I feel my eye. Like, you know when you do your mascara so good, your eyelashes are like touching, you could just feel. That's what I thought was happening, okay? Where we are in line, we're standing beside a bunch of shelves, and I'm like, it's actually this eye. It was feeling like my eyelashes were touching my skin, and I was like, cute, whatever. I look to the side, there's a little mirror, and I look in the mirror, and my eye has blown up. And if I can figure out the way to edit it, I'll add a photo here of my freaking eye, okay?
It was so large.
It was so large, and it felt like it was just nothing happened. I didn't hit it. I didn't get a bug bite. I didn't scratch it. Like, literally nothing happened.
We were just walking.
That's it. And it's not like I'm new to the outdoors.
No, not at all.
I'm like, okay, let's just get out of this line. We go out. I don't know why I called Jess.
Yeah.
Like, do you see what's happening right now? So it literally blew up huge. Didn't hurt. Wasn't itchy. Like, I was fine. I was just at this point, like, I could see it. It was so swollen. I could see it in my eye how my eyelid was swollen, right? So we're like, well, we have to get to a Shoppers. Something. I need drugs. Like, I can't do... And our concert was still, 4 hours away?
Yeah.
So we're running around. I'm like, okay. We go into a Shoppers. As we're crossing the street to the Shoppers, this guy is like staring me down. I'm like, okay, there's nothing I can do about it.
It's not that bad.
I'm trying to get some help, okay? So I get to the Shoppers. I talk to the pharmacist. I'm like, this is why I'm here. I don't know what's happened. What should I take? Like, should I take Benadryl? And she's like, well, that'll make you drowsy. And I was like, no, can't do that. I have a concert in a couple hours.
Yeah.
I can't be tired. She's like, okay, well, starts asking me a bunch of questions. Like, is it itchy? Did you do something to it? Like, did you hit it? Did you get a bug bite? I was like, no, like, it literally just blew up. So she was like, just take some antihistamines. I think I took 2 Claritin right then and there. Mm-hmm. Like, I bought Claritin, took 2. Took 1 at the concert.
Maybe at dinner?
I think I was going to at dinner, but then I was like, that's a lot.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you're right. I think
I was going
concert,
to, and then I did it, like, at the concert. Oh, while we were waiting in the merch line.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Or the meet and greet line.
Yeah.
So, just literally popped this tab in my mouth, threw it in the garbage. That was chaos. We're at dinner, okay? And I ask our server, who has this, like, British accent.
It was some type of accent, yeah.
Yeah. So, she's, like, collecting our plates, and I'm like, can you notice my eye? Like, full, like, just abruptly, I was like, do you notice anything? And she's like, honestly, I didn't see anything before. But with her accent, she's like, reckon you got hay fever? It was so funny, man. And she's like, obviously talking how she would, like, that's just how she talks.
Yeah.
And from where she is, like, that's how she is, like, do you have allergies? Like, do you... It was so funny. Gosh. And I was like, no, I don't. But that was the drama of the first half of the day.
Yeah.
At this point, we're at dinner. The Uber driver, we were like, okay, drop us off at Scotiabank Arena, right?
Because we were just done. I think this was after Shoppers. Yeah. We're like, let's just Uber to the venue. We'll find dinner there.
Yeah.
So I literally put in from my location to the arena.
Yeah.
This guy dropped us off like 500 meters away from the venue. Which, if you're driving, that's like nothing.
It's like a second.
But for walking and you can't feel your feet.
And your eyes swollen.
Yeah.
And you're hungry.
It was pain.
It was... And we didn't know where he dropped us off.
No.
We just were like, he's like, here? And we were like, okay.
Oh,
we had just like passed the arena and gone around some weird way. And we were like, okay, sure.
Finally got dinner. It was good.
It actually was pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, we got just a bunch of apps and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then...
we made it into the venue. We did get merch, which I was very happy about. I'm wearing my shirt. I actually love this shirt. Days.
Did you? This is my first time wearing this one.
It's so cute.
I know.
I like it.
It's just, like, not too merch-like. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, like, a graphic tee. Mm-hmm. And it's very... Like, this will be so nice when we go camping into the cottage and stuff.
Yeah. It's so cute.
And then I got a little beer koozie, and it says, baby hold my beer on one side. What does the other side say? I don't remember.
I don't remember. It's cute.
It's like, it's a lyric. It's like a quote from one of her songs.
Yeah.
But that was really cute. The merch line, honestly, also wasn't too bad.
It was very long, but it went by really fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think it was like halfway around the venue.
Yeah.
So long.
But it was worth it. Like, we both got our baggage tags. Yeah. Which is super cute.
Aww.
And then we went in. We saw Marin Taylor. Is it Marin
Taylor?
Oh, yeah. Marin. I don't know. I think it's something like that.
Something like that.
She was so good. I actually really enjoyed her. I followed her on TikTok and stuff.
Aww.
And we were, like, in line because there was a meet and greet option between the 2 openers and Kelsey Ballerini. And we were like, okay, let's just see what we can get with a meet and greet, right?
Yeah.
I was like, I'll get her to sign. What did I want her to sign?
Your beer
My beer koozie,
yeah. I think so.
We got in that line, did not move for like 30 minutes.
Half an hour, yeah.
and then we're like, at this point, it was like 20 minutes until Kelsey came back on. And I was like, the line is massive.
We cannot miss Kelsey Ballerini.
I refuse to come all this way to miss the open. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, I agree.
I would have loved to do a meet and greet with her. She seemed so genuine.
Yeah.
But I was like, I can't miss. And I don't know when it would have, how long the line would have
I
taken.
have no idea. It was long. Like, it was longer than merch.
Yeah, it was way longer than merch. Even when she came out, like, I could see her with people, and the line still wasn't moving.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, when I did my meet and greet with the people that I listened to, it was, like, fast.
Yeah, it was moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got drinks, made it to our seat, saw the
Yeah.
whole set.
I
I
got
didn't
popcorn.
leave to pee in the middle.
You didn't leave to pee, which was actually surprising.
I know.
Honestly,
I held it real hard.
I did cry. I did shed a tear.
It was just softy.
So good.
It was so good.
I've also never been to such a loud, like, the crowd was so loud.
Yeah, and they knew every word.
Literally. Like, and Marin was really emotional. She cried.
Yeah.
Because she had been on every single tour. Like, she'd been on every show with her throughout the whole tour.
Yeah.
Whereas the other, like, second opener, I don't think was.
No.
Like, they changed based off where they were going.
Yeah, and this was the very last show of the tour.
It was the very last show, which I did like having.
Yeah,
Like,
it was cute.
she freaking, oh my god, she gave her boots to and that kid, that TikTok, you're like, is that the girl? It was the girl.
Yeah, it was
She
so
gave her
cute.
boots to a little girl who was, like, front stage. She was so cute. She's probably, like, 3 years old.
Yeah, she was young.
Very young.
So cute. What a
She
story.
was Imagine, like, she's barely even gonna remember that, too.
No, but she'll have the
But
boots.
exactly.
I'd
And
be
her
wearing
parents will
those.
remember that.
Yeah.
Could you imagine going out in, like, 15 years, 16 years from now, wearing Kelsey Ballerini's boots?
Yeah, people will be like, oh my god, I love your boots. Where'd you get them? Kelsey Ballerini.
Yeah,
Like, what?
Like, what? So overall, like, it was a really good
Yeah.
performance.
The concert itself was great. I think everything around it was hard, which sucked because we planned the day so much.
Yeah,
like to every single
Oh,
detail.
And the stupid freaking radio tickets that I won. This was the other thing. This was before
Before the coffee shop.
Yeah. We were like, let's go pick up, I won these Mandarin tickets, let's go pick them up because this is the only time I'm down here. And we get there. They didn't tell me it was, like, Monday to Friday only. They were like, just come down, pick it up. It's a radio station. People are there all the time. The radio is on 24/7. So I go there, and the security guard's like, oh, you'll have to come back Monday to Friday. But he also didn't say what time, but because it's Monday to Friday, I assume it's 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Which I can't make with my work schedule. So I went on Tuesday, I went out for dinner with my university friends, and Ainsley works in Toronto. Like, so she's like, I can get them for you. I just have to call and be like, I give this person permission. Which
Yeah.
is nice, because then she can just send me a photo of the voucher. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know why I have to pick up a physical copy. It's just probably a barcode.
Yeah.
So, at that point, I was like, my jewelry wasn't able to get, my Mandarin tickets wasn't able to get, and her coffee. Oops. Her
And
coffee.
I did try a different coffee shop instead. It was like that percent one.
Yeah.
Not amazing.
No.
No.
Wasn't horrible, but it was like,
I did not see the hype.
no. It was just like a coffee spot.
Yeah, and like I've seen online that people line up and it's like through Union Station.
Really? That's crazy to me.
I don't know why anyone would do that.
I don't know
It was
either.
so subpar.
I can't possibly imagine.
No.
Also, I have to go run and get something because I forgot that I wanted to show you this.
Okay.
Just wait. First of all, Willow and Raya are sleeping on the couch downstairs.
Aww.
It looks so cute. But I was vacuuming today, and I found something. I wanted to show you my whiskers.
Oh my god.
This is the one I found today.
You found another one?
Yep.
Oh my god. I was actually looking at Remy's whiskers before you came down earlier. They're so long.
So Sarah sent me a TikTok the other day, and it's like a painted. There's more in there for sure. It's like
So funny.
a painting of your cat's face, like no eyes. It's just like a simple like painting, and then you glue on their whiskers. And Sarah sent it to me, and I was like, oh my god, I actually keep their whiskers, right? Like, she's like, you do? I was like, yeah. I don't even know how that started, because
No.
I think one
They are
day
cute.
I just felt like Matthew found me that at work, and so he got it, and we had a couple flowers in it, but it's actually just like really short inside, like the hole's really small, so it just like was nothing, like there was nothing I could put in it, just
perfect for
decoration.
whiskers.
And then I saw someone on TikTok put theirs in like a little glass jar, and I was like, oh my god, that'd be nice. And then I remembered I had this, and I was like, I'll just collect the whiskers in here. And so
funny.
I didn't realize how often they shed whiskers.
Neither did I. I think I've only seen Furbies like fallen whiskers maybe once or twice.
And I'm also like, how many did I vacuum up?
Yeah.
But like sometimes I used to keep them, like I'd put them somewhere and then I'd lose them.
Yeah.
So then I found this, so
That's so
I have
cute.
so many. Maybe one day I'll paint photos of them. But I definitely don't have enough to put.
No, not yet.
It'll take a long time to get enough.
Like a little group painting.
Could you imagine?
That'd be
Aww.
so cute.
But I wanted to show you that because you brought it
I
up
like
to me
that.
the other day.
That is so cute.
Thank you.
Aww. I love that. Oh
There we
gosh.
go.
So I guess we've debriefed the concert. Do you want to share about
my
your
mentee
mentee bee?
So after the concert on Monday,
Sunday.
no, like on Monday.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I was feeling sick. And I don't know, like, I woke up, today's actually the first day this week I woke up without a headache.
Oh, God. Okay.
So, I get headaches very frequently, so I'm not taking Advil or Tylenol every day. Like, I don't, because then I'd be taking it all day, every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, Monday, I woke up with a headache. My body was so, like, I felt flu-like again.
It was the going to bed without the shower.
Probably. So, I was just like feeling really crappy, horrible headache. Like it was so bad. I just couldn't even function. Body aches, couldn't function. And Matthew had made me lunch when I was working, so he brought it up. That was really nice. He had his exam Monday night. So at this point, Matthew and I didn't really spend any time together all weekend because I was busy Saturday watching my niece, and then we were gone all day Sunday and he was working. So like we didn't see each other before I ended up going to the concert, and then
Right.
Monday I was working, and then he had his thing all day. And so I was just feeling so sick. And in my head, I was like, this is like the third or fourth time, probably fourth time this year that I'm sick. And if I'm not sick, I'm sick. And I was like,
Oh, God.
I was laying in bed and my head was hurting so much and I couldn't get up to cook anything. Like, it's a kind of headache, and I don't know if you get these, but where I stand up or I move and it just pulses in my head.
Hate that.
Like, you
Yes.
physically can't move. Otherwise, you're like...
In pain.
Yes. So, he was taking a break. I heard him downstairs, and I was like, what are you doing? And he was like, I'm just taking a break from, like, the screen. My eyes are kind of hurting. Because his exam is really just, like, an exam portion and then an assignment. So, he was doing his exam from 4 till 12.
So long.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
So, he came upstairs for a break, and I was like, can you just order groceries? Like, he got the Uber one or whatever. So, it's, like, free shipping, I think.
Right.
So, I was like, just anything. Just get me. He's like, well, it's pretty late. It was, like, 8:30. It's like, it's not too late for an Uber driver to grab food. Like, that's
That's
what
the
they
point.
do. He was like, okay. And I just, like, was laying there, and I just started crying. And, like...
Aw.
tearing up, like I wasn't like full-fledged bawling or anything, and he's sitting beside me and he's like, do you want me to just order you a meal? Like, they don't have to cook, we can go grocery shopping later. And I was like, okay, that's fine, I guess. I don't remember exactly like the process, and I just like fully started bawling. And obviously when you have a headache that bad, crying does not help. It just made it even, which I didn't know was possible at that point, but it just made it even worse. And I was just like, I'm so sick of not being able to get up and do the things that I need to do in the house. Like, Matthew had to literally take care of me for like 2 weeks straight the last time I got sick, deal with the whole house. Like,
It's so frustrating.
it is frustrating when you're not able to do anything. So I just felt so shitty mentally because I'm like, I'm fucking not able to provide anything for the house. Like, I'm not even able to go grocery shopping myself, knowing that he's busy.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I just felt so shitty. So I just literally bawled. He was so worried.
He's probably like,
He literally was like, what is happening? Like, are you okay? Like, literally shot up from his seat and was like, what is happening? And I was like, I'm
having
sick.
a meant to be.
I'm sick all the time, and I don't understand why. I'm healthy. I'm active. I eat well. I take my vitamins. Like, I definitely got something because I've been a little congested.
Yeah.
But, like, nothing, after Monday, nothing other than my head.
Yeah. The Toronto germs.
But then I've had a headache all week aside from today. Thank God, because today's actually nice out. So, like, if there's any day that I don't have a headache, I'm glad it's this one. I do need to get my eyes checked, though, because that may be a contributor to my headaches. But last time I got my eyes checked, it was for the same reason. So I was like, I'm having headaches all the time. She's like, your eyes look fine. And I'm like, you're lying to me. There's no way. There's no way.
Shit.
My eyes are definitely not fine.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better now.
So I am feeling better now. But I also just, you know, when you plan too much and you don't get any time to just, like, have a day to do nothing.
Yeah.
And, like, sometimes it's not busy. Like, you're just like, today we're just doing this and going for a walk. And, like, yesterday was busy. But basically, I think I did something last Friday, but I don't remember what. Did we go out?
No.
Oh, we recorded.
Yeah.
We recorded last Friday. And then Saturday I went to my mom's in the morning for breakfast and then came home for like 2 hours and then went out. No, we recorded on Saturday.
Yeah. And
so
then
my
you
Saturday
went to
was
Megan's.
super busy.
Yeah.
I had something in the morning. Then we came here and recorded. And then I went to my sister's until like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, got up, went to the concert.
Yeah. So it's just
Monday,
been busy.
Yeah.
Working.
Monday, died. Went to work and then died. Tuesday, went to work in office and then straight to hanging out with my friends. So I didn't get home until like 10.
That's so long.
And then I had to edit the podcast episode to post it because I have to use Matthew's laptop to edit. But I may have fixed mine because I record everything on mine and then have to freaking move everything onto an external hard drive. And then, was that your ankle?
Yeah.
Sorry. No, that's okay. Sounded like it broke.
No, it's good.
And then move everything over. So, and sometimes it's just really difficult. And because he was in his exam on Monday, I couldn't edit on Monday. Because I tried on my laptop. It was so bad.
You're a good person. So
then Tuesday.
I feel bad that I can't help you.
No, the thing is, it's not hard. Like, ideally, I'll probably do this one tomorrow. And then I don't have to worry about it through the week. Like, that's the ideal plan.
Yeah.
But my schedule's just been all fucked up the last few weeks.
Yeah.
So then Tuesday, had a very busy day. Didn't get home till like 10 o'clock. Wednesday, I don't remember what I did on Wednesday. Hopefully nothing. Oh, freaking... Did I get my desk?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a site visit, got my desk, built that desk. That thing was so heavy. I almost broke my body and the stairs. Thank you. I really like it. But I do need to get a new chair because that one doesn't fit under it.
That's fair. And then Thursday?
Thursday, we went out.
We went out.
And then I also had such a bad headache Thursday night. Oh my God. I don't know why. It just kept, same thing, just kept getting worse. And then yesterday.
I felt like such a loser yesterday.
What happened yesterday?
Because we went out Thursday.
Yeah.
And I didn't sleep much Thursday night. So then Friday, I just laid in my bed all day.
See, that's what you need.
Yeah.
I got up, went to lunch with my mom because it was Good Friday. So, like, our whole family was there. Well, I always say my whole family, but really it's never my whole family. It was, like...
Part of them.
Me, Megan, Becky, Cody, and their families. So, that's, like, less than half of my family. But nonetheless, we went... It was so chaotic because it was Good Friday. So, it was so freaking busy. It took us an hour just to get our food, I think.
Oh, my God.
Even though we had a reservation.
Hangry. That'd be me.
Matthew was sitting there. He's like, bro, just give me a... It took us also an hour almost to get our drinks after ordering them. Matthew's... And he slept in. Of course he did.
I'm shocked.
Didn't have enough
Was
time.
he hungover?
No.
Okay.
It's the vodka waters. Sober you
vodka
up.
waters. That's insane to me.
I saw someone put on TikTok today. They ordered a vodka water and his mom was like, what is that, water? And he's like, yeah, part of it. And she's like, what do you mean? He's like, and 2 shots of vodka, a double vodka water.
I'm screaming.
It's disgusting.
I forgot. I remembered this yesterday. I think last weekend we were just at home and I was like, next time I go to the bar, I want to get a tequila pineapple Sprite. I think
That's a good summer drink. Didn't you used to get that with a splash of pineapple or no?
I used to just get tequila pineapple, but I feel like adding the Sprite will make it like fizzy.
Yeah.
But then we just went straight to the gin and Sprite.
Yeah, we went to gin and Sprite. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Never
They
a
hit
bad
every time.
Yeah, shout out to Robbie. Because he's the one who told me to do gin and Sprite.
Yes, you're right. I never would have thought gin
you know
and
what
Sprite.
it was? I'm pretty sure it was Holy Thursday last year.
Yes!
Full circle moment.
Full circle moment. I've also never felt older in a bar in my life.
That was actually a rough crowd.
That was so sad. Like, I don't think I was like dressed modestly. Like, I was just wearing yoga pants and a t-shirt and my leather jacket. But these other girls were wearing like tiny mini skirts. Little tank tops.
I saw cheeks.
Yeah.
I saw some cheeks hanging about.
And I was like, we're not that old.
No.
But for some freaking reason, I felt ancient.
Yes. Which actually, that's a good segue into what we're actually talking about today.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to do a little, like, truth for your 20s.
Advice for your 20s.
Yeah, like a little... where we're at in our 20s, because we are halfway through.
Ew.
I know, it's really rough to say. I don't like it. But
We'll be 26 this July.
yeah.
That's fucking painful.
That's horrible. God. But, so I have some, like, stories of, like, people asking for advice, and then some other, like, advice things that I want to see if we agree with or don't agree with.
Okay. I took some, I think, 4 or 5 points from Mel Robbins.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
she's a good podcast.
Yeah, she listed, like, 13, like, pieces of advice for your 20s, but I think I only took, like, 4 or 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, this is a 33-year-old girl, and she just said some things I feel like sharing as a 33-year-old that I think people in their 20s should remember. There's 10 things. So number 1, you are not old until you are literally geriatric. Don't feel too old for anything. You look good for your age is a backhanded compliment, and never accept that. Do as you're able to and please, and as long as you're not harming yourself or others, then you're good. Which I do agree with. And like that's why I think it was a good segue into this, because you're only as old as you make yourself out to be.
Yeah. Like,
there are people way older than me who are more physically capable of doing... Like Nana and Pop, for example.
Yeah.
They are so physically able, and they go out, and they kayak, and they camp cute. Still, and they go... Like...
Well, yeah, Pop built that canoe.
Pop is... Yeah, he's building
amazing.
A freaking boat.
Yeah.
Like, he works out every day.
He's just his personal trainer.
Exactly.
I love it.
So it's like... And even if you are geriatric, like... literally in that age group, you're not too old to do things.
No.
So I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, I think so too.
Number 2, growing older is a privilege. Don't stress over it. There are others dying every day wishing they could live the life you have.
That's deep.
Which I do agree with. Like, I also, like, if I look at myself when I was 18, there's something that I hear a lot. You know how people are like, oh, I can't wait until whatever. Like, I can't wait till I'm married and have kids. Or I can't wait till I have... Yeah. You're always going to get there.
Can't wait till I graduate high school. Now I would pay money to go back.
Exactly.
I'm so upset about it.
So, I saw there's some people who shift what they're saying, and they're like, I'm so excited for it instead of I can't wait. Mm-hmm. Because when you say you can't wait, it's like you're skipping all the things that you're doing right now.
Yeah.
Instead of appreciating the things that are happening now. Because you're always going to be at a different phase in your life. Where we were in high school, like 2016, the summer of 2016, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
I know Jess is like, I hated that summer. But the summer of 2016 was one of my best. And like, just, I don't know why. It was just like such a different...
Yeah, I remember 2017. I liked that one a lot.
And I feel like where we were in our lives then, drastically different than where we are now.
Yeah. So, I also like 2019 summer.
Yes.
That one was like
before
unhinged.
COVID. Yeah. That was a good one.
And we were freshly 19.
Yeah. Right before... Yeah, before we had like a year before COVID started.
Yeah.
But you're always getting older. You're always going to do new things. And so...
Enjoy it while you can.
Exactly. Like, even us going out at this point. Mm-hmm. Obviously, not that it's boring or anything. Like, we do the same thing all the time. But because we can.
Yeah. Because
we have the privilege to just go out.
Mm-hmm. There's nothing
go get a smoothie
back.
bowl. Exactly. And I know people... Some things that I was also seeing was like, your life doesn't end after your 20s. And that's a huge thing that people say. They're like, oh, I have to do all this in my 20s because then my life starts or ends or whatever, right? But it's like, you can do all these things while still being...
31.
Exactly. Yeah. Or like while still being a parent or while still being married. Like, just because you hit those milestones don't mean you're any less of your independent person. Like, you're still able to do all those things.
You really thought about this.
I know. Number 3. Treat yourself like you would your best friends and loved ones. Be kind and patient with yourself always.
Fair.
I think that goes a lot with, like, speaking to yourself how you would speak to others.
Yeah.
Because, like, I saw this video once. It actually made me so, like, I don't want to say sad, but, like, it did make me cry. Mm-hmm. Obviously, that's not a very hard thing to do.
Someone's a little sensy.
But they spoke... So it was like they were sitting like this, and I was saying things to you that I say to myself. Mm-hmm. And you were saying things to me that you would say to yourself. Like, negative things, though.
Right.
And then you're hearing how your words affect other people when really it's affecting yourself that way.
Right.
And you just don't realize.
Okay.
So, I agree. Definitely be kind to yourself. Heartache and grief are a natural part of life. Allow yourself space to feel your feelings and process it.
I think I shove everything down.
You do.
And then as soon as I get over the edge, I start crying.
You do.
Like 2 days ago at work. So embarrassing.
But that's what I was telling you. That's valid. The way you were feeling that day was valid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, your work is going through a lot of changes.
Yeah.
In this horrible economy that we're in. Like,
yeah. And I just cry.
Yeah.
In front of people.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's fine.
I don't think I ever really allowed myself to feel anything until recently.
Mm-hmm.
Like, probably, like, going to therapy helped with that.
Yeah.
But
I probably need
yeah, you got benefits.
Yeah, we'll see.
But, like, even if it's not a bad, like, a horrible feeling, but it's just, like, I feel tired today. Like, I'm gonna let myself... Like, on Friday, you said you just... Or yesterday, you said you just laid in bed and, like, napped.
Yeah.
That's...
I felt like such a loser, though.
That's what I say to her, too, because I'm like, I feel like I'm wasting my life.
Yeah, and it was such a good day.
Exactly. But she's like, but if you're tired, you're not going to be able to enjoy your life if you're not well rested.
That's true.
Like, which is me this past week, burning the candle at both ends, what it feels like. Like, yeah. I'm up early, I'm up late, and I'm, like, putting in 100% to everybody else. But then it's like, when is my time to just, like, one day a week, do nothing, sit on the couch, and rest. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Take your time and have grace for yourself and others. Which I find very hard these days. I have such little patience for other people. Like you said, you Karen'd on someone at the post office.
Yeah.
What happened?
Okay, so I have to set up mail forwarding for my work. Mm-hmm. And I tried to do it online. It was super complicated. So I was like, okay, I'm going to call. I call. I'm on hold. So they're like, oh, we'll call you back in 10 minutes.
Okay.
I waited 3.5 hours.
What?
And then by the time I got the call back, I'd gone home for the day. So then the next week, I was like, I'll just go to the post office and ask what information they need so I can bring it all and we can do it in person.
Yeah.
They tell me I just need the names of the business that the mail is being forwarded for. I was like, perfect. I got that.
I got that.
So I went there on Thursday, full on Word document, current address, new address, date, and business names. Mm-hmm. Right away, they're like, well, I'm assuming you're not the business owner, so do you have your authorization paperwork? I was like...
You didn't tell me I needed that.
I was like, one, why do you think I'm not the business owner?
Yeah. Is it because I'm a woman? Yes. Or is it because I look good?
Yeah.
And I don't look like I've aged at all with the stress of running a business.
Exactly. But I digress. I'm obviously not the business owner. And I was like, in all honesty, like, I was here last week. I asked what information I need, and this is crucial to be done today. Yeah. And I cannot go back to work with it not being done.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, let me see your ID. And then I had to give her my ID, and then they did it.
So why could they just do it with it? Like,
literally, I was like, why the attitude? And why did I have to be like a little hostile about it?
Yeah.
I felt so bad.
It is, but this is the thing. If you're in your everyday life, like if you're not working, not that it's acceptable to be like a bitch, but sometimes when you're working, things need to be done and you have to be forward about it. You have to be direct about it because otherwise people don't do them.
Yeah.
Like, you can't help being like, this needs to get done. I dotted my T's, I crossed my I. Mm-hmm. Crossed my T's and dotted my I's.
Yeah, I did everything I thought was needed.
That was like when, so my car insurance this year went up, but I called in advance being like, it's due, I have to update my credit card. Is there any changes to my bill? She goes, nope, same amount. I get it's like $500 more a year. And I'm like,
true.
I called and they're like, well, yeah. And I'm like, well, no, I called to double check all this stuff for my payments, and you guys said there was no changes. So it's like, you can't help when you do everything that you're supposed to do, and people are still stupid and not able to communicate effectively. Mm-hmm. But I do think you should have patience with yourself.
Yeah.
I do agree with that, because something I like to say is, like, it's our first time living.
Yeah. You got that from TikTok, didn't you?
No. I don't know. I've been saying it for years. Okay. Like, I think...
Oh, I got the one, it's your parents' first time living or something.
Yeah, that one's... Yeah. Yes. But, like, it's your first time being 25.
Yeah.
It's your first time being 20. Like...
Yeah. We're just living.
Nobody knows how to do any of it. Mm-hmm. And there is no right or wrong way.
Yeah, that's true.
So, do whatever it is that your little heart desires. Find a reason to smile, of course. I did, want to do... I forget what it was called. Like a flicker list or something similar to that.
Okay.
A glimmer.
Okay.
It's like a glimmer list. I think I talked to Jess about it. Mm-hmm. Basically, it's like a shared note. Like if we all shared a note, and added to it every day, like that glimmer, that little thing that you may not appreciate unless you were trying to appreciate the small things, like
right.
rainbows, sunsets, like things that you take advantage of all the time.
Right.
We never did it, but it was a good idea.
We can do it.
But yeah, and I've been doing it like internally. Like when I go out, I'm like, oh, this is really nice, or like, oh, I really appreciate this. Whereas before it was like just noticing all the negatives, like noticing the positives.
Right. I like that idea.
Nourish your body and develop a skincare routine and a healthy lifestyle, such as diet or exercise, which I also agree with.
I need to be better with my diet.
Really?
Because I think I am pretty active, but there's still not many results, so I think the issue is my diet.
Maybe.
I love eating.
You can eat, though.
I know.
You don't have to restrict eating. You just have to eat
Better.
not Chick-fil-A.
I get it like once a week.
It's not horrible.
Do you want to know what happened to me this week when I got my weekly Chick-fil-A order?
They didn't have dressing?
Yeah. Did I tell you this? No. Yeah. I drove all the way there, got the salad, put the bag in the car. Then I get to my desk, I pull out the salad, no dressing. I was like, this is my 13th reason. So I literally drove to Fortino's and got a fresh dressing.
Really?
Because it was closer than going all the way back
Do you
to
leave
Chick-fil-A.
it? Do you have a fridge at work?
Yeah. So that's what
I used to do that.
So upsetting. It just wasn't the same.
No, and then your salad's already like
Cold.
halfway. Well, it should have been cold the whole time.
The lettuce is cold, but the chicken is warm.
Oh, yeah. Did
So
you
then it
like
was
a
all
crispy chicken salad?
Yeah. I got the Cobb salad.
Ooh.
So good.
I actually want today to Matthew to come home, and then I want to put our barbecue together because I want to have a salad and hamburgers for dinner.
We should do a barbecue one day.
We should. I'm 100% down for that.
Okay.
Jess can bring her green salad.
Yeah. I can bring hot dogs.
We still have hot dogs.
Okay, I'll bring
Buns.
seltzers.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Matthew and I froze all the hot dogs from last year camping so that we could have them this year because we still have
I love that.
about 90 of them.
We definitely bought too many.
But now we saved. It's free hot dogs this year, you know?
That's true.
Girl math.
Yes. Do you have any more points?
Hobbies are important, which I do agree. I feel like if I wasn't doing something that I enjoyed every day, then I would not enjoy anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Never stop learning, which I also agree with. I feel like that's not really a choice. Like, you're always just going to learn new things whether you want to or not. And then the last one is that life is beautiful and worth living. 30s are so fun. Celebrate every day as if it's your last and you'll never be bored. Which I also agree with. Like, I'm not somebody who looks at, like, oh my god, my 20s are ending and so is my life. Like, I think that's because I have a lot of families around me, like, with my siblings. Like, their lives never stopped.
Yeah.
They're all so productive and they're still doing all the things that people do in their lives, right? Like, that's the whole point. So I don't have the feeling that, like, I have to get everything done by the time I'm 30. Like, life continues.
That's good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if you have the same perspective.
I think I'm a little bit more like apprehensive about it because, like, I don't know what I want, and, like, I don't know if I want to, like, have children.
Yeah.
But, like, as a woman, you need to know by, like, 30.
No.
And then, like, 35, like, you kind of have to be there or not.
Yeah, that's true. But that's still 10 years away.
Yeah.
That's a lot of time.
Yeah.
And, like, a lot changes in a couple years.
Yeah, that's true.
Just a couple years.
Yeah.
Like, never mind 10. So, like, your life can change 5 times in 10 years.
Yeah. So, like, I'm not worried.
Yeah.
But I do, like, think about it every so often.
I also think that, like, so our families are very different. Your family, like, your parents had you guys a lot later than my parents did.
Yeah. My mom was 35 when she had me and 39 when she had my brother.
Yeah. So, right there, you could start having kids at 35. Like, it's not impossible. And you guys have a good relationship.
Yeah.
Like, your parents...
Yeah. I think my cousins were all the same, too, later in life.
Yeah, whereas, like, I think my mom had me when she was 25, and she had 3 kids before that already.
I can't even imagine, but, like, props to you, Stephanie.
Yeah. So, it depends on what you see in your life, and I think that's going to shape how you feel about aging.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel... Like, I'm excited for whatever 30s and 40s and 50s hold, because it's, like, people... Like, if I have kids, same thing, in 10 years, and then... 20 years after that, I'm 55. My kids are grown. I can retire.
That's true.
What do you do when you retire? You travel.
Yeah. You live life.
Much. Exactly. Like,
and people, you sleep in.
People think that your life ends when you have kids, but, like, it just continues.
Yeah.
It's just a different phase of your life, and then you get to retire, and then it starts over again. Like,
that's true.
It's after. That's okay. Is your ankle dying?
It's always like that.
My ankle cracking is never that loud, and I have to, like, lift my toe towards me to crack it.
Like, I can like feel it when it gets like stiff. I'm like, yeah.
And you have to crack it. That's fair. But like same thing. My oldest sister had kids, not like very young or anything. Like, she was 21. Her and her, they've been together for like, I don't know, almost 20 years now. They have 4 kids, but it's very different than my other siblings. Like, I have some siblings who had kids younger and some who had kids older after they got married. Like, and they're all equally valuable.
Yeah.
And none of their lives have stopped. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So it's like, I am looking forward to whatever those phases of life include. But in this phase of life, I'm just cool with whatever's happening right now.
Yeah. We're good with
like,
hitting the bar and
this is where we're going to stay for now.
Chilling and living life. Yeah.
Exactly. What did Mel Robbins say?
Okay. Let's see. Okay.
I also think that actually, I'll say this afterwards. You do that first.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first one I thought kind of like hit hard is people say that 20s will be the best years of your life, which in her opinion, and I do agree with, is a lie.
Yeah.
It might actually be the hardest.
The worst. Yes.
Yeah. Because like you're so used to like being supported by your family, and then all of a sudden you're just kind of on your own. I
agree. I've also heard that. And I think that like the 20s are your transformative years. And not that life starts or stops, but I think your life starts at 30. Yeah. I'm not putting like a hard and fast rule, but like your 20s and like probably early 30s are where you're figuring everything out still. Like, you're figuring out your finances, you're figuring out how to support yourself, maybe move out, maybe have kids, but like you're preparing basically for your 30s. Yeah. And you're still only like, we're only 5-year-old adults.
I guess, you know what I mean?
Like, yeah. You've only been an adult for 5 years.
That's true.
And half of our adult life was during COVID.
That's true.
So like, we missed out.
That's rude. Okay, the next one was, you have so much time, slow down, which goes into what you were saying. Like, it doesn't have to be like, keep looking forward to the next big thing.
No, like, even if our life gets cut short at 50, we still have one whole life from now, basically, because we've lived 25 years. If we get to do that much time all over again, obviously it feels short, but like, and I'm obviously hoping I live much, much longer than 50. Yeah. But that being said, like,
there's still more time.
There's so much time from now until when you're going to die, hopefully.
Hopefully. Yes.
So, I agree with that.
Okay. The next one was, count your wins, not your paycheck.
Yes.
Yeah. So, like,
I also agree.
I forget the example she gave, but like, not just looking forward to spending all your money, and like, that's like the best thing that you could do, which I am bad with that.
I actually saw one
so bad with that
also, and it was like, if you're living at home, and I did this, so living at home, I saved probably 50% of my paycheck. Well, not my paycheck. I just saved 50% of my income in general. Like, one paycheck I would save. Yeah. And someone was like, if you're spending all your money, that's not great. But if you're saving all your money, that's also not great in your 20s, because you're not living. Yeah. Like, you're so worried. And I think we're both on opposite spectrums. Yeah. Like, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's the whole,
it's a problem for me.
We're figuring this out.
Yeah.
But I missed out on so many things when we were in, I don't want to say high school as much, but like college, university, because I was so busy. I mean, with school, but like, I was always like, I need to get my degree. Like, I have to focus on this. And like, I worked so much that I didn't have a lot of time. That being said, I still did a lot. Yeah. But there were a lot of times where like Jess and Hannah would hang out, and I had to be like, I can't come. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I have so much to do. Yeah. And I had to prioritize the way that I felt at the time. I had to prioritize like work and school. And then after that, I could start going out, and there was always going to be time for me to do that, if that made sense.
That makes sense.
But I agree that your paycheck's not everything. And when I went to BC a couple years ago, that was the first time I traveled solo. And I was like, I'm not going to financially recover from this, because not that it was crazy expensive. I was making no money before that because I quit my job. And then the job I was going into, I was making $17 an hour, which is not a horrible, I'm not saying anything, but to pay off my debts from school and a huge trip by myself. Like, I was like, there's no way that I'm going to be able to afford to pay this off. Like, it's just whatever happens, happens. But then I paid it off in like a month.
Yeah.
Same with when I went to Italy. I was like, I'm not going to ever recover from this.
Mm-hmm.
I did.
Yeah.
In like 2 months. And
yeah, that's not bad at all.
The only reason that I was actually down bad after Italy is because we moved 2 weeks after I got back, basically. And I had to put first and last down.
Yeah.
Which was $3,000.
Which is a lot of money, yeah.
Which is a lot of money when you just went for a 4-week vacation without pay.
Yeah.
So the money will always come back some way, somehow. Like, you're not going to be down bad for, like, your whole life or anything like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, if you are able to be home and save, like, that'll help you so much going into your 30s.
Yeah. Which I need to work on.
You'll get there.
Because I think I just spent everything.
You'll get there.
Yeah.
I think it's hard, too, because you get paid weekly.
Yeah.
Which is very hard.
I know.
Because you're like, I only have to make it till next week.
Exactly. It was like Friday. I'm like, whew, only 6 more days.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's what I mean. Whereas I get paid bi-weekly, so
yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. I don't ever spend money on my debit card anyway, so I just track monthly what I'm spending, not week to week or, you know, so it is different.
Yeah. I'm working on it.
You'll get there. You have time. That's the whole point.
That's true. Next one was, if you want something, ask for it. People can't read your mind.
I did hear that recently, too, on TikTok. I forget what it was about, though.
I think it could be for, like, anything, like a raise or a job or anything.
I think you were asking, because you and I were kind of talking about that, like, with what your boss and your agreement was when you got hired on, like, how your pay would change over time. And you're like, I don't know if I want to talk to him about it again. And I was like, worst he can say is no, and then you're just in the same situation, and that's not horrible either.
That's true. Okay, and the last one was, take the biggest risks.
Yes. I also read that.
I was thinking about it, and I didn't think, like, that hard about it, but, like, the biggest risk that stands out in my mind was when I went to college.
Yeah.
Because, like...
It's your first time moving away.
Yeah, and, like, I moved away far.
Yeah.
And I didn't know... When I, like, accepted my offer, I didn't know a single person going to that school.
Really?
And then I think it was weeks later I found out, like, oh, there are people from Burlington going. Like, I'm not going to be totally alone.
What made you want to choose that school?
I toured 3 schools and then applied to 5 different schools. And when I went to the first 2, like, I liked their program, but I didn't like their environment. And I was like, I can't live here. Yeah. Like, I could not see myself living there. That's the same exact
reason I chose my school. Mostly because the environment was so nice and the res buildings were really nice. Even though I knew I wasn't staying on res, I was like, I just like that everyone else going here, like, they care about the students in that sense.
Yeah. And then when I went to Fanshawe and I toured it, I loved it. It was like immediately, I was like, I could be here. Like, I really feel comfortable here. Aww. And I was. Yeah. And like 6 weeks into first year, everything changed. Yeah. And I had the opportunity to go home. Yeah. Without facing any repercussions. And I stayed.
Really? Yeah. Because of the strike?
Yeah. I don't know if it was half the school dropped out. Like, it was, like, hefty. Like,
and they striked for a long time.
Yeah, but I stuck it out. Stayed in. 3 years later, I graduated. And I do think it was the best risk I ever took.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that. I don't know. I'm not a huge risk taker.
Well, I haven't taken one since then, so.
Like, permanent risk. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to change too permanently, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to move across the country. Obviously, nothing's ever permanent, but, like, I don't want to move across the country. I don't want to move to a different continent. Like, in that term, risk, I don't. But I've traveled alone. And I've gone and, like, like, I've taken those risks of, like, day-to-day happiness, I think. Because I'm always worried about money. And I don't know if it's, like, the way that I grew up. Just, like, I always saved every penny that I had, like, that I made. Yeah. And I always worried about my parents' finances. Not that they put that on me, but we were a very large family. Yeah. And it was always something that, like, I guess as, like, an older daughter, I was just always worried about it. So for me, like, traveling in general is a big thing, and that's a risk, because in my head I'm like, that's time I'm leaving work and not getting paid, and it's expensive to do that trip anyways. Yeah. And it's always paid off, obviously.
Have you ever regretted a trip, though?
I was just gonna say, I've never regretted anything in my entire life.
That's good.
I don't think that, not that I don't believe in regrets, but I don't think I can regret something that I've done because I did it for a reason.
Right.
What I can regret are things I haven't done.
Yeah, that's true.
And I will always say that. Like, I don't think that I could possibly regret doing something. And I've done a lot of stuff. And I've also been through a lot of not great experiences, none of which I would change.
But you've learned from them.
Exactly.
Yeah, which
so it's
I
like,
agree with for myself, too.
Yeah, I don't want to take no risks and have no reward, you know?
Because then what's the point?
Exactly. What is the point? So, regrets, I think that that's, if I were to give advice to anybody in your 20s, just do everything.
Yeah.
Do it all. You won't regret doing it. You'll regret not doing it.
That's true.
Like, I think thinking back into, like, when I was in university, the only things I regret are the things that I said no to. Or the not even just, like, parties in general, but, like, the outings or experiences that I missed because I didn't do them. You know what I mean?
But it's something you won't miss now.
Yeah.
Like, you would do those things now.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's all you can do is change the future.
Exactly. I don't have any real regrets where I'm like, I would never do that again. Or I'm like beating myself up about things that I missed. I regret that I missed it, but I don't regret my choice. You know what I mean? Because now I won't let myself miss those things.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that does.
That would be my biggest. And I think I've always said that about regrets. Like, I just don't think that they exist in that sense.
Well, that's good.
And I've had that conversation with my therapist even.
It's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, because, like, you wanted to, even if your life circumstances changed, you wanted that at some point for who you were at that point in time. When you were a 20-year-old, you wanted that. Even if I don't want that now, she could have it.
Yeah.
Like, she can want it. She can keep it. She wanted it. She can have it. Like, you don't have to share. She can have her own thing. I can have my own thing. So, that's my biggest piece of advice, I think. Is, like, your 20s are hard. Very hard. Because you don't have any answers. You don't know what you're doing.
No.
You don't know what the point is. You don't know what your future looks like.
But this is the whole point.
Exactly. And I was actually thinking even the other day, because I was like, oh, Matthew's family's in Newfoundland, and they want us to come visit. And I was like, oh, I don't know if we should go, because we're going to have to take time off work. And none of us have, like, paid time off. We just have, like, our 4%, whatever. Because I'm contract and his... I don't know why they didn't. He's technically full-time. But nonetheless.
It's hourly.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like, I am worried about taking time off. So I'm like, maybe let's do just like 5 days. But I'm like, should we just go? It's 1 week. If we save up, we have a couple months to like plan for it. And honestly, we really have to just pay for the flight and like food and stuff while we're there because we're staying with family. So like, they have a room. We don't have to worry about that. And then our trip to Mexico next year, I actually messaged the person and I was like, do we have payment plan options? Like, again, it's more expensive of a resort than I've ever been on. It's like $2,300 a person. Yeah. I usually stick around $1,300 because I'm like, I don't care what my resort looks like. Yeah. I do the excursions and everything. I literally don't care where I sleep. So I always go for cheap, but it's for a wedding. Like, yeah, it's really nice and it'll be nice to have a good resort. And so I emailed her just wondering about it because we paid like a $200 deposit and she's like, you'll get an invoice like 70 days before the trip, which is a year away. Yeah. So I'm like, we could just put away,
just start saving now,
saving a little bit, and then whatever we don't save, like just throw it on a credit card, we'll pay it off the next month. Like, it's not
the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world. And like, that's $200 a month.
That's not bad at all.
No. So if we're just putting aside $200 a month, also it'll be tax season. Maybe we'll get money back next year type of deal. So I'm not worried about it.
No.
But I would live a little. I do also actually really want to go to Peru next year.
I do too.
Like, I would like to plan that.
Me
especially
too.
Because we'll be going in like October.
Yeah.
So we have tons of time to plan and save and like figure out how much we need to save.
Yeah, and like actually plan well and like have good places to stay.
Yeah.
Because like I don't think I want to stay in like a shitty little hostel.
Oh, I don't want to do that either.
No.
I'd rather just do an Airbnb.
Yeah, me too.
Especially if like you and I, and if the guys come, then it's fine.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I'd even be down to do like a few days in one and then a few days in another one kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like stay in two different parts.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I'm fine with that. But
something to look forward to.
I think that's like one of the best things that I've done is traveling. Because I don't know. It's just
get to see the world.
Exactly. I don't know how people don't want to see the world.
Yeah. I've seen quite a few places, but I don't want to just stop there. Like, I want to
That's the thing. I haven't seen that many places because when I've traveled, it's been with family.
Yeah.
And, like, I go to Malta. That's kind of where I mostly travel to because my family's there. So I want to start seeing more. Like, going to Italy was really good.
Yeah.
I went to BC, PI, and Nova Scotia when COVID was happening and my passport was expired. I was like, I should see the rest of Canada because it's so different than where we live. Mm-hmm. So different.
Yeah. I liked when I went to the West Coast.
Yeah, really I would go back.
Me too.
You'll probably like Nova Scotia then.
I'm open to it.
Like, it was so nice.
I want to do like a road trip one day.
Yeah, me too. I want to go to Utah.
Yeah. Yeah, you too.
And I
want to go down that way, but also towards Nova Scotia as well.
I don't know if I'd road trip to Nova Scotia, like just me, because like the thought of going like through Ottawa, Quebec, like it doesn't seem like a good,
boring,
right? Like it's just like the Trans-Canada Highway. Yeah. Like it's just like doesn't seem that exciting to me.
No,
but
I would do it through the U.S. for sure.
Yeah, the U.S. is just very different than what we have here.
Yeah,
especially when you go south, whereas us we're like the same longitude or latitude, I don't remember, but like we're just going across the same elevation basically. Yeah. And then you also need a ferry, I think, to get like, I wouldn't drive to Newfoundland because the ferry over there just takes a long time.
Yeah, I don't want.
And in the interest of me saving time and money, I'll just fly.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah,
because like how many times do you have to fill up your tank?
Oh god, I hate that.
I know.
The worst job.
I know. Like I think I get 12 hours of driving on my tank. Mm-hmm. Which is not very far distance, like 700 kilometers, and then you fill up again. It'd
probably take a while.
Yeah. So,
we can discuss.
I'm not against it. No. I would definitely do it, but
I'd be more, like, wanting to fly somewhere and then drive
home.
Back.
Yeah.
Or, like...
vice versa.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Driving there might be better because then you're more excited.
Yeah.
I feel like when you're tired...
you just want to get home.
You just want to get home. Yeah. You don't want to extend that
Yeah.
last bit of your trip. Because when we went to PEI, so we flew into Charlottetown, and then our Airbnb, it was like a little cottage. Mm-hmm. It was a little... PEI's tiny, by the way.
Yeah.
Just like a half-hour drive. And then we drove down PEI across Nova Scotia and up in like the top of Cape Breton. And then when we flew out, we drove the whole way down Cape Breton to Halifax and like Peggy's Cove and stuff.
Right.
Flew out of there.
That would be cool.
And I remember I was actually stressed because I didn't see if the car rental I could drop off at 2 different places until I got to the airport and was like, oh my god, I really hope they let. And it was so...
oh my god.
so stressful. But everything worked out.
Yeah.
They said it was fine. I feel like worst case I would have just had to pay a fee.
Yeah.
Which is not
the end of the world.
Not that horrible.
Mm-hmm. They're not going to be like, no, we won't take your car.
Yeah. I'm like, well, then it's just going to... I'm just going to drop it here, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think traveling's been like one of the best things. And I want to continue doing that like my whole life. That's not something that I want people like, oh, get your traveling out before you have kids. I'm not like that. No. Like I want my kids to also travel with me.
Yeah.
Not to say that it won't be hard, but I don't want to stop doing the things that make me happy now just because I have kids in the future. You know what I mean?
See how it goes. You can also like plan accordingly.
Yeah.
Like one trip with the kids, one trip without.
Exactly. Yeah. I have a big enough family that someone will be able to watch them.
Yeah.
So I'm not like worried about that or anything.
Aw.
But yeah.
It's a lot to think about.
Traveling's been like my biggest. I don't want to say accomplishment, but like risk in that sense like that I'm like proud of doing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's good though.
I'll definitely continue doing it.
Okay.
Well, anything else?
All? No, I don't think so.
Well, if you are in your 20s and you are struggling, that is okay.
You're not alone.
So are we. But I think
that's it for now.
Just do it. I think that's all I want to say. Just do everything that you want to do, and you probably won't regret it.
No, most likely not.
Most likely not. Well, thanks for yapping with us.
Okay, bye.
Bye.